Hello everyone, my name is Azereth, and I will be showing you a guide to Holy Priest DPS. I haven't really seen any recent ones. All of the ones I've seen are from the beta test, so I figured I would make one and share my knowledge and experience in the topic with all of you. This is currently 5.1, so enjoy! More detail. For stat priority, we're going to have haste, intellect, then crit. Now haste, you want tons and tons and tons of haste. Everything on my gear that doesn't have haste on it, I reforged from either spirit or mastery, whichever one has more. And all of my gems, regardless what the bonus is, are 320 haste. Every single one of them. So there is a cap on haste, but it is a lot. The cap is 14,000 because your smite is a base cast time of 1.5 seconds. So your global cooldown is also 1.5 seconds, and your global cooldown also scales with your haste. So, but it's minimum. The minimum global cooldown is 1 second. So if your smite gets under 1 second, then you're not doing any more DPS than you would be if it was just 1 second. So the amount of haste it takes to get smite down to 1 second is 14,000 at about 33%. So since it's not likely to get that high without help, that's why we have power infusion and heroism and everything like that. So your goal is to get smite as close to 1 second cast as you possibly can. Right now mine is at 1.25. As I get better gear, that'll get better because I'm still rolling around with a 450 trinket. Yeah, again, haste, then intellect, then crit. Alright, so here are our talents. We're going to want Void Tendrils for soloing, Angelic Feather, because you won't be casting Power Word Shield on very many people, and Phantasm is for PvP. You want Mind Bender because this will increase your DPS, having a 1-minute cooldown instead of a 3-minute cooldown on your Shadow Fiend will increase your DPS. You don't need this because it doesn't do as much damage. This you won't need because you aren't a healer. 4th tier doesn't matter at all. Just pick whatever you want. 5th tier, you want Power Infusion because it increases your haste. If you happen to reach at least, say 25 or 30% haste just by your gear and food buffs and buffs without like heroism or power infusion, then you'll want to go to Twist of Fate because that will increase your DPS on low targets, and you won't need power infusion because it'll bring your smite down below 1 second cast. For the last tier, I chose Cascade. You can choose either Cascade or Halo, but from what I found, Cascade is better because of the shorter cooldown. But again, it's up to you. Glyphs. You want Glyph of Holy Fire, because it makes your Holy Fire instant, and Glyph of Smite, because Smite does an additional 20% damage to the target you have Holy Fire on. And the third glyph, up to you, doesn't really matter. I chose Spirit of Redemption because when I die, I can heal without any mana problems, and I can help people out. Minor glyphs don't matter at all, really up to you. So another wonderful thing about Holy DPS is our chakra. Our chakra increases our damage done by Shadow and Holy spells by 50%, and reduces our mana cost of Holy Fire and Smite by 90%. So that means that we will never run out of mana while DPSing, except for AoE. That does cost mana, but usually not enough to make you run out. Another wonderful thing is we can always change our chakra and start healing. Now granted, it won't be as good as an actual healer's healing, because we don't have spirit. So as you can see, my mana is running out really, really fast. But, say for like 20 seconds or so, 30 seconds, your tank dies, you need to heal the off tank. Healer dies, you need to wait for a battle res. You can always jump in and heal, which is awesome. And then, just go back to DPS and start DPSing again. So another thing you want, your food, you want tangy yogurt because it increases your haste by 200%, or by 200, not 200%, and elixir of the rapids, which will increase your haste by 750. I haven't found a guardian elixir that is really all that useful. Mostly they increase like armor, which you don't need, so don't really need to worry about that. And holy fire, or inner fire, which increases your spell power by 10%. And you want Potion of Speed as well. It doesn't do a whole lot, but it helps a little bit. Alright, so now I will show you the actual DPS. We're not going to be using Shadow Word Pain, Chastise, where is that? Holy Word Chastise is only for interrupts, and it's a really crappy interrupt. It just dazes them or disorients them. So, for single target, since your goal is to cast as many smites while Holy Fire is up, you're going to cast Power Infusion and Potion of Speed right before you cast your first smite. So, I'll just show you real fast here. So, you're going to cast Mindbender, Holy Fire, Potion of Speed, and Power Infusion, and then go all out on Smite. And then you cast Holy Fire again when it's up, and repeat. So as you can see, my DPS jumped up to about 46k initially. It's going down now because Holy Fire has a dot, but that is not bad for a 469 high level. On boss fights with raid buffs and everything, I usually hit about 60k initially and average at about 50k. In the last raid that I was in, I was actually 5th on Shot of Fear, the last boss in Terrace of Endless Springs, and overall I was 3rd. And this is with people who had a lot higher eye level than I am, because I'm still only at 469. So, Holy DPS is actually pretty good in raids. So, for AoE, I chose Cascade. You can do whole Halo, but I'll just show you real fast. This is Mindseer. I actually did read a blue post saying that they will probably nerf Mindseer pretty soon. Probably also Holy DPS, which is very sad. But as you can see, my DPS jumped up to about 60k and averaged at about 50. Again, with raid buffs and everything, that will increase. Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed my guide to Holy Priest DPS. If you have any questions, you can write them in the comments section below. And if you enjoyed this, please click like.